Here we go. So welcome to our next build video. This is going to emphasize wall 2 and 3. Of course, we have our standard tools that we're using. I'm going to try to align those standard tools here at the bottom so you can see all of them. Our bundle of 2x4s and our tape measure. Okay, so if you want a quick snapshot of what you need to get going here, you can do that. If you'd like to use the miter box and the miter saw, you're welcome to do that as well. I found that after experimenting with the after experimenting with how fast it is, I think it's way faster to cut with the razor blade to get things going. It is a little bit more dangerous, but I think that it's not too dangerous. So here we go. Here is wall 3. In the last video that's just posted is wall 2, and then I talk about removing this from this piece, from the paper, and then I started this all over again. So the step that I'm at is I actually have to take these blocks out. These are just spacers, so I'm going to pop these out. And I'm going to put 3 new 1-inch pieces here, here, and here. And then the top plate. This needs to be nailed also. So then, then the cap plates 1 and 2. And then we'll be done with this. So let's get to nailing. Nails. I'm running out of nails. Not running out. I mean, I have plenty of nails, but it's time to get some more nails. And again, I gently only ever take out a pinch at a time. Okay, that's enough. You don't need any more than that. Don't clutch them too hard. It will hurt. Okay, reseal the bag when you're done. And if you drop some, if there's some carpet or wherever you're working, remember, use a magnet. That's probably the easiest way to get them off. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to nudge these into position with the pencil. Put some pressure down. I'm standing up above the model. This is really tough. This is really tough going in. I wonder if I could use a little hammer. Nope, that's not going to work. Nope, that's not going to work either. It put it in at an angle and it started poking me. So this is a really tough one. The angle is very important. There, that's good. I'm going to get the other one from the other side. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera a little bit. Getting these in is pretty hard. Move it down a little bit. Going on the sides is pretty difficult. While I'm doing these nails, I'm thinking about how much fun I'm going to have this weekend. And I hope you have a lot of fun too. This one's going to be tough. Oh, let's do it. Give it a little back pressure here. I'm pushing down with my thumb and straight in. Wow, that worked. Okay, now I have to get these 1, 2, 3. And we're going to cut those approximately 1 inch long. So head to your lumber, your extra lumber area, and see about if you have some pieces that are about 1 inch. That's like 1.5. Measuring these can be hard there. Okay, here's 1. And then I'm going to do a second one here. So I'm making my identical piece by holding the ends flush. Make that line there. I'll cut that. And I have 1 more right here. And I'm going to cut that. Okay, and that will give me my 3. So here and okay, I'm going to put those down. 1, 2, 3. Now these I have to push down with my pencil and put them into, I'm going to use the eraser. Yeah, that's better. The balsa is too soft, and I was just going through it with the pencil. There we go. These are the hardest ones to put in my opinion. You have to get super low and go sideways. 1. I'm firmly holding down with these 2 fingers. 2. I'll be putting 2 in each from the side. Here's the second. Nice. Let's keep on going. Boy, this is tough. This is tough. Okay, I'm going to squeeze these together a little bit. I can see there's a little gap. There, pushed it just a little bit together. Don't grab it too tightly. If you do that, what I just did with the needle nose, you can crush this balsa wood very easily. And then you'll be cutting out some new pieces. If you don't drive these nails in horizontally, what happens is they can come out the top or they can stick down through the paper. Be very careful. There, and we're in. Okay, so things are looking very good here. I'm going to pull this down because I want you to see the top. We're moving up here now. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have to do to get these pieces. It looks like these are going to be two distinct pieces. Also, now I can see that I didn't push this one in all the way. Okay. So from here, I'm going to cut this one. Make sure all these nails are flush. And this one. And this one was pretty hard. Be careful when you're cutting with the razor blade. It's very hard. If the wood's very hard, you could slip, is what I meant to say. Sometimes I cut it flat if it's soft enough. And then if I'm having trouble, if it's flat like this, then I rotate it up on its edge. And then I slowly rock it back and forth to work its way down. It's not a race when you're working with something that sharp. You want to be very careful. Every time you use it, could get you. Let's see what we're at. This one looks great, and this one looks a little too long. And then let's keep our spacer in there. Our spacer is this piece here. And I'll double check. Yeah, it's just a little bit too long. So I'm going to use my sandpaper. Getting that down. Okay. Great. I'm going to put this one in first and then work my way over. Oh, that went in at too much of an angle. Trying to get a good start. Whoa, that slipped on me. Be careful. Be really careful. That really slipped. So we will throw this nail away. And then let me try to drive a nail halfway in already and see if I can't get it started over here first. Okay. So I'm starting to drive the nail in already over here. Boy, this is really tough. Okay, it's starting to come through a little bit, so that's good. This just happens to be a really hard piece. So we will get another nail. Okay, so I've started both nails at an angle. And then let's get those in. Now that they're started a little bit, I think they'll go in a lot easier. Still tough. Still tough. Nice. Wow, that was a lot harder than normal, but some of the pieces are going to have a higher density. Wood varies that way. Not all well, every piece, I guess, would you say is unique. Let's put a spacer here to keep that space, and then go at an angle here. Okay, let's get the top now. Okay, now I'm going to remove this spacer. Okay, and it looks like we're done. So I'm pretty excited having finished this section. Pretty happy with how that went today. So now we're going to work on getting. Oh, well, we start at the beginning. You know, we started with easier. I'm looking at the chat now. John, it might look a little bit hard, but we started with easier pieces than this. And if you mean like what we're doing in general looks hard, then we just go step by step. And so we're just following the steps. And then if you have any questions, then you just let me know. Okay, so let's be really gentle when we take off this piece. So this piece I want to come out. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nails in here. So let's see if I can pick it up gently. I'm kind of pushing underneath with the pencil gently. You don't want to break it at this point. Okay, that's gone well. Oh yeah, I'm just wiggling it ever so gently. The paper's coming up, so I'm pretty sure I caught the paper with a few nails. Okay, I'm not happy with how that's coming. So I'm going to push it back down for now, and I'm going to take these nails out individually instead of trying to pull them all out at once. So press a little bit into the balsa to get a hold of the nail head. I have the bottom 3 out. And if you bend them while you pull the nails out, then you're going to throw them away. Those are trash. Okay. Okay, let's give this the wiggle again. Okay, wiggling. Okay, remember if you wiggle it too much, you're gonna break it. I definitely feel like I got in the paper right here. The main thing that happened here that made it stick to the paper was I used a drop of glue and then the glue dried to the paper. It didn't dry all the way because I just did it last class, but boy, that really stuck on there. Okay, this is for sure coming up. Okay, I just wiggled it like this in this motion. So I'm gonna slow it down. I just did that and it came off. And now let's see where we stuck through. Whoa, okay, it got me. It got me. This one right here. Oh, so these were some of the top ones that I put in. So those will need to come off. I'm gonna have to take off this cap plate, pop those nails out later and redo those. So no big deal, we'll do that later. But this is wall 3 and wall 3 is complete. I'll just need to be careful when I'm handling this until I fix the depth of the nails. Okay, so let's put that off to the side and let's put our extra pieces in the bag for now because we're gonna move around our work surface. Okay, all my pieces are in my parts bag and I'm moving off everything from my work surface because everything's gonna move. So I have nails in here, here, and I have another nail here. That's 3 on that side. I have 1 in the center, and I have 1 here, here, and here for a total of 7 nails. Now I'm gonna pull those out, and then I'm gonna shift the drawing up because we're done with this area of the drawing. So let's move on to the next part. But to do that, we need to take all of our nails out that are holding the paper. And then shift the paper. And if you bend any of the nails, remember they're trash. You don't use bent nails. Okay. Oh, I forgot one on the top. Boy, this one's giving me a little bit of trouble. I'm gonna try to pull it out with my nail. There it is, that came out. Okay, so now this wants to come up. We're ready to move over. And once we've shifted over our paper, then we can nail it down again. So we're moving the paper to this bottom corner. So let's see, I need to move this a little bit. I'm gonna move the camera. Get all the way to the bottom. Let me push it a little further to get more. There, okay, good. Okay, that's looking better. Okay, so I'm going to align the paper with the bottom corner of the foam, and then I'm going to get my nails back in just the same way that I had them in before. So I'm going to be putting in 7 nails. And then we're going to work on this new section. I like to put them in at an angle instead of straight. I like to put them in at that angle so it holds the paper down better, because otherwise the paper wants to come up. So, you know, it could be like a 45, could be a 30-degree angle. The angle is not important, but just put them in not straight down into the foam as we shift this. Okay, I've got all 7 nails in, and I'm ready to get going on this next section. Make sure it's... There we go. I can get it all in the frame now. This is what we're going to be working on next. Oh boy. And so if you're wondering where we're at in the directions, this directions is really talking about framing a wall by laying out. And that's in reference to this. I don't believe that is the best approach to make this work. Oh, yes, John. I'm sorry, I just saw your comment here. Yes, you have copies of the blueprints. Let me go grab them. The blueprints are all rolled up. They're all rolled up in a coil like this. And then we unroll them and we put some weight on them to keep them flat. And at the bottom of these blueprints, they have a number. And so this one is number 3. We're on sheet 3 right now. No. It's really easy because you could just build it right on top like we just saw. So like we're just putting the wood right on top and cutting it. So I think I think that it's going really well for everyone, and from the feedback that I've got on it. Okay, so yeah, I don't think it should be hard once you get them flat, but they want to curl up a little bit, so that's the only thing that is a little difficult at first, is the curling. Okay, I'm trying to get this adjusted so I have a good work view for you. Okay, great. Okay, so back to this. I'm sorry, I forgot my spot. This is where we went all the way down to step 6, and step 6 says we are doing wall 3. So that meant that we did this one twice. So 2 of these. Okay. So then what's after step 6? Then it says cutting the lumber for the frame. These instructions for cutting lumber apply to all the walls, including walls with windows, not just walls 2 and 3. Full length studs are already cut to length. The number of X's on your layout will tell you how many you need. Okay, this goes all the way through a new method of construction, and I think it's confusing. So they are talking in the instructions about this and building it like this, which is without the sheet. But the sheet is so good at helping us align everything and lay everything out perfectly. I do not want to do this. I do not want to do this here because this is a more complex process, and I just want to make it as easy as possible. So let's see if we can get our top and our bottom in here. We're starting a new wall. The wall is wall 4, and that wall is going to always start with our top and our bottom piece here. Our top plate and our sole plate, here and here. This is the wood that you'll be using for that. This wood, you'll need 2 pieces of these 2x4s. These are 14 inches long. So grab 2 of these from your bundle, push them out, and we'll just need 2. So we'll put that back now in our box. Here, we're going to be putting the pieces here and here and marking them and then cutting them. Okay, this is going to be our first cuts and our first pieces of wall 4. Awesome. Align it very carefully. Okay. These pieces should be identical. I came out a little bit long on that one, so I'm going to sand it. Perfect. Just need a little bit of sanding. Checking this one now. This one's just a little long also. So I'm going to sand this. Knock that off. Bam! All right. We're ready to go. Now, this is much bigger than our other one. And our other one, we used 3 nails on the top here. I want to do, I'll do 4. I think 4 would be enough. So let's do 4, and I'll talk about it before I do it. I'm going to go near the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they are approximate, and we're making sure we're dodging these vertical pieces, these vertical studs. Okay? So we don't want it to get too crowded with nails. So here we go. That one went in nicely. That one went in nicely. Nice. And the last one, number 4. Okay. So I'm happy with that. And now I'm going on to this one, and I'm going to do the same thing. So all of our walls start with these 2 pieces. The order is not important. It's whatever you feel like is going to be your first piece. There's a lot of different right ways to do this. So my way that I'm telling you is not the only way. There's all sorts of different methods and strategies for construction, just as there are all sorts of different strategies and methods for model making. And we're making a model, but the model is representative of a larger house. The anatomy is the same, except we do 2x6 construction in California and not 2x4 construction. Okay, there we go. So I have my 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have all those in, and then we're ready to get our perimeter. So let's get out a couple of our 8-footers. The 8-footers are, again, 5 5/8 long, in case you're wondering. And they're in a bundle that usually looks like this, but I've used a lot of them, and I'm down to the end of my, I think it might be my second bundle. It's hard to say. I think it's the second one. So let's get the perimeter first, and then we'll do our count. So I'm going to look here. 1 and 2. And they're just a little tight. We see this happening all the time, so I just stand ever so slightly down and get that there. Boom. Nice. That's nice and snug. Our first piece is in, and I'm sanding just a little bit off of this one because this one didn't fit right away. Boom. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, so then these 2, I'm going to put a nail in here, and put a nail in here, put a nail in here, and put a nail in here. At those angles. So here we go. Holding down with my finger, holding down with that finger to give me some back pressure, pushing up. Last one. Holding down with my finger, pushing up, follow through. All right, this is looking great. I'm going to count off the pieces that I'm going to need, but I already can see with only 4 pieces left, I'm going to need to probably open up another bundle or grab another bundle from my box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll need 13 more. So I'm grabbing a new bundle. Remember, these are 5 5/8 if you want to check them. They're representative of our 8-foot studs. I'm just going to grab out a few and continue to lay this out. There, 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 there. Oh, I need one more. And there. Okay, so that's where we're going next. We're working on wall 4, and we're going to get all of these full-size pieces in first. Remember to use your sandpaper to get a nice snug fit so the pieces aren't jammed in there too tightly, but we do want them to be as tight as possible without pushing up. Okay, that's a great stopping point for today.